we're talking about the top 4 things I don't really like about Ranktracker. Feel free to click the chapters in the description to jump. Stick around to the end of the video because I want to offer you guys a special freebie. So with that said, let's get started. All right, so with Ranktracker, there are a lot of good things, but there are also some not so good things. When I was using the tool, I came across some things that should be improved. So the first thing that I don't like about Ranktracker is their reporting. So for reporting, for whatever reason, the reporting does not show up. So if I click on it, it says there are no reports. But I did create a report a couple days ago, and even when I click on view previous, it doesn't show. So even if I have a client and I want to give them monthly reporting, I wouldn't be able to because, it's impossible for me to actually pull the report. So that's an issue. Even though this is one of their selling points, the reporting feature, but it's not working. And the second thing that I don't really like about Ranktracker is their SEO checklist. So when you think about it, it sounds good, right? That they have this really cool SEO checklist. But you can there's a lot of SEO checklists out there, and I have a lot of SEO checklists, but this one actually is not as robust as the ones that I use myself. And it's basically just like a checklist, and it doesn't check for you. So for example, I wish it shows in the audit, the checklist will update according to the audit. So I wish, it would check Google Analytics for me, and then it would check it for me. But everything is kind of manual. So it's basically just a list with check boxes, and then you basically need to check them yourself. I wish there was a way to connect this SEO checklist with the audit, so it'll automatically check things that I already have. And some parts are not that helpful. So ensure that your domain is registered for several years. I guess it really depends, right? Sometimes maybe your site is new or your client site is new. So, it's not really a good thing to look at really. And yeah, things like that. So selecting the right strategy, it's okay. I'm not sure if that's really helpful for me to make sure I select the right strategy. It's nice, but at the same time, it doesn't really help me. So the third thing that I don't really like about Ranktracker is that it's kind of slow and buggy, especially buggy. Sometimes the history doesn't show up in the records in the SERP checker. So I was doing some searches in the SERP checker, and usually it should show in the history. But for whatever reason, it doesn't show all of the history. Not sure why. And also under the domains report, the desktop view doesn't always show. So here, it says couldn't load data with this icon here. For mobile, it works. I'm not sure if it's because I didn't run the report via desktop, but I wish it should show me instead of just showing couldn't load data. So I'm not really sure if this is what type of issue this is. And also with the keyword finder, it's kind of buggy as well. So if I, pick one of my histories, yeah, so for one of my histories, it just says couldn't load data. Not sure why that is, even though I pulled this report before and it was working, and when I was actually doing the search, it was working, but for whatever reason, it doesn't really show. It doesn't show for whatever reason. So that's an issue. And also, I was trying to chat with support yesterday, and I think so. It's really good to see that they do have a support. But when I was on it yesterday, it says support is online, and then it also says that they will respond momentarily. But it actually took them almost a whole day for them to respond. And then when I asked them about, I always get the suggested keywords cannot be loaded error. The next day it says, sorry for this, we are working on it. It's just kind of like, okay, so, when are they going to be fixing it? Or they don't tell me the reason why it's not working, or they don't tell me how I could probably bypass it to get the data that I'm looking for. It's just kind of like, okay, we're working on it, which is good that they replied, but I wish they could offer more support. So yeah, those are the top 4 things that I wish could be improved with Ranktracker. Now, if those issues don't really bother you too much, for me it does bother me, but if it doesn't bother you too much, you feel free to get the tool. And if you actually get the tool with my affiliate link, I will actually be sending you guys a free SEO checklist. So this checklist is actually much more robust than the SEO checklist that Ranktracker provides. So if you actually want to do a serious audit on your site, you could use my checklist. There's over 100 things that I recommend you do to audit a site. All right. So if you get the tool through my affiliate link, just send me a message and then I'll send you this free checklist. Also, if you just want to see a general overview of the tool, click the video on this screen to watch a general overview, and also click the second video on this screen to watch the top things I like about the tool. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.